Let's see if the chat works this time. Again, allow the Tao. Yes. T-shirts are at, if you're interested, we make $2 a t-shirt or something. Mr. T's, T-E-E-S .threadless.com. Mr. T-E-E-S .threadless.com. So, apocalypses, plural, apocalypses, apocalypsos, Greek word meaning full divine revelation. Full divine revelation. What's scary about that? Well, it is a little scary. I used to be Mr. Pollyanna going, let's all meet God now. And then I did some ayahuasca ceremony. I remember Alex Gray, the artist, the guy who does the really beautiful, whatever you want to call it, spiritual art at the Cosmic Chapel of Sacred Mirrors in Manhattan. He said on one of the ayahuasca ceremonies, and I don't recommend it, by the way, 95% of it is dark shamanism, in my opinion. It's just the way it is. Why should it be any different than the rest of the planet? How many politicians do you trust? 5%? How many car salesmen? How many lawyers? How many medical doctors? How many spiritual teachers? 5%? Like Eckhart Tolle says, divine avatars, holy masters, divine mothers, real, the very few that are real. Oh, there's that 666 symbol again. I'm sorry. This is an ancient Buddha mudra called Karuna mudra, not the Apana. It means I'm trying to deliver a point. It's trying to give wisdom. So most of the ancient symbols have been stolen. This is another protection of Buddha mudra. So, and this brings me to the point. So apocalypsos, eschatology, which is the study of, quote, the end of the world, global resets, collective consciousness, saviors, whether it's UFOs coming to lift us off of here while all the bad people are flushed away, or whether it's Jesus coming in the cloud, or the Kalki car. Now, I think there's some grains of to it, because truths is where it gets you the most, because it sounds right. This is why you have false gurus and false teachers, right? Because all the words are perfect. The teachings are absolutely as well expressed as they could be. That's why Master will say, by their fruit, know them. And short term, why I made $100,000 a month in 90 days. That's short term. By long-term fruits, by how it feels in your true heart and in your solar plexus. And long-term, is it saving your soul? Is it rectifying? Is it healing? Not short-term, glitzy surface success worship. So every master will be more interested in healing you than making your life look good according to current dogma, cult, culture, So as we, every so often, when you're asked, every so often he's asked about when's the end of the world coming. And his answer is, the apocalyptic logical scenarios of global resets, and our side's going to finally have the angels come and punish all those evil people, right? That are, quote, running us, ruining us, ruining, ruling us, those damn Rothschilds and those horrible Bushes and those terrible Rockefellers. It's satanic. Now, I'm not saying that's not true, that there's not horrible rituals. Yes, in the basement of the Vatican or whatever, sure. But they feed off of our superstition, our fear. They hook our attention. I've been battling this for the last year and a half. And you've got to go through the tests. God is not everyone gets a trophy just for showing up. No, you do, in the sense that the day your soul is born. By the way, these are all my current concepts. I've been conned by my own concepts. We all are. but knowing that they're temporary. Of my own self, I know that I know nothing. Thank you, Socrates. And my fortune cookie recently said, we got nothing for you. Nothing, right? We have nothing to say to you. Perfect. Zen in the art of we have no bleeping idea. It's all made up. So these scenarios, you're going to be able to say, those end of the world scenarios will come and go, but the earth is going to be here for a long time still. As we get closer to, so the year 1000, there was a children's crusade. This 12-year-old kid, beautiful looking angel, pure blonde hair, got thousands of children to join him in a crusade on the Holy Land. Children, 8 to 12 years old, thousands of them marching through, Eastern world, Turkey, and Arabia, the Syria, north, south, They got raped, murdered, and killed, these little kids, all for God, because the end of the world was coming. It was the year 1000. Remember the Y2K scare? And every so often there's probably several thousand cults. I know there is 10,000 cults on the earth right now. They're saying right now our Savior or the Galactic Federation or Jesus or whatever, Archangel so-and-so and Hatan and this and that, they're coming to change us. Or the global reset's going to come and all that stored gold in the vaults in the Philippines and the Mr. Big and the dragon societies of China are finally going to beat off the Western cabals for the favor of the Eastern cabals, all that stuff. Now, here's where it gets hooked. I'm not saying it's not true that these people, I'm not saying it's all made up. I'm saying these scenarios of some kind of magic pill rescue. Oh, got another one. Are totally rife and ripe for massive misuse and harsh learning lessons. The closer you get to truth, Buddha is saying, the more demons are going to go after you. The closer you get to nirvana, the more you stir up your own demons. Why? Because we're such powerful gods. So the closer we get, the more powerful the seduction. Satan with Jesus in the desert, saying Satan was in my opinion, you can make him real or an allegory or whatever. It doesn't matter because it's all made up by our minds anyway. So if the collective starts believing in the devil or this and that, they're real. They'll physicalize for you. It did for Saint Anthony, the first Christian saint, who also known as Hilarion, as the ascended master, in an old Egyptian tomb by the Red Sea in south coastline down from Cairo. It's a holy place to visit. But he spent 30, 40 years there just praying, meditating, bread and water. And at the end of his life, from the story that I trust and I can feel resonates for me, is literally the Egyptian paintings, the jackals on his cave, they came to life. They materialized in 3D. And then whatever our concept of the collective devil or the ego separation complex, instead of the savior complex, manifested and said, there is no God. I'm the power of this world. And, is that real or correct? It's both. It's your projection, but it's also real. It's all our projection, as within, so without. And then he made it through that, and then Jesus and God, his ideas of that arrive, and often the first question we have is, where were you all this time? And then the answer is always, we were always with you. And you're like, But that's me just talking. For us to experience these things, that's when it gets real. The rubber meets the road. So these eschatological apocalypses, the global reach, the mass arrests are coming. We have 50,000 indictments. I'm not saying that's not right. What I'm saying is, when we start putting our faith in the outside savior, this guru, this teacher, this idea, science is going to save us. How did that work out? Better living through chemistry. How's that working out right now? We create hundreds of new diseases and terrible mental and physical diseases by chemistry. It's going to save us. It's not working, is it? This guru is going to save it. How's that working out? We need to do our inner work. At least for me, that's how it appears. And I got a little too excited about teaching. Again, in an outer way, if we talk about it, we know it. No, you don't. No, we don't. I've had a lot of wisdom downloaded, offered, given to me. I'm not saying that egotistically. I'm kind of embarrassed about it in a way because I got the insights about it, but I thought it was more important to save the world than to save me. So this last year I got hammered. Boom. Hospital visits, unexplainable diseases, things, weird symptoms, syndromes. Nothing coalesced, which I'm really thankful for. So these scenarios of Jesus is coming in the clouds, everyone's going to be given $2.3 million. Here's your treasury account that's assisted to you, your global legal name and all that shit. Okay, there's truth to those things. But if you're looking for that to save you, you're going to hurt yourself. When the inner first, then the outer manifests. When you get the human right, when the man or the woman is right on the inside, then the outside is right. It's a beautiful story we used to tell way back when I worked my way through school in the sales jobs. And it's a beautiful story of a minister who's trying to write a sermon for the next day. And his little 3-year-old, his wife's gone to town. It's old school Christian, but that's the organization. It was in the South, and these were stories you could tell. I couldn't talk about you, and they would freak out. And mom's gone to town with her older brother, and 3-year-old's home with dad, and he's trying to write a sermon. The little son keeps coming and going, Daddy, Daddy, and he has to give him, here, go to this puzzle. And the kid comes back in 8 minutes, and goes, I'm done. What do I do now? And he goes, So he looks over at his library and gets a National Geographic, and there's a fold-out map, and he pulls out this big map from the center of the magazine. He figures, I'll just tear this up. And tears it up. He'll never figure out how to put back 160 countries of the world. He's only 3 years old. And to him and goes, okay, now you go put it there and then come show Daddy when you're done. He figures, I'll have 2 or 3 hours here to, be alone. The child comes back in 10 minutes. And he's got the map all put back together with tape. He's got it all put back together. He looks at it, how in the world, son, did you do this? The little boy said, here's innocence, right? Well, I noticed when you were tearing up the map, Dad, on the backside there was a big man. There's a big man picture. So I figured if I got the man right, I'd get the world right. If I got the woman or the man right, I'll get the world right. So all these scenarios of we're going to be saved by the global reset, the financial reset, it's a total garden field of opportunity for con artists. Just send us the other $400 and we'll help get your account of 2.3 million. You know the Nigerian scams are a scam. Well, come on. The spiritual scams, as it gets closer and closer and it talks about the truth, the channelers are that much more deceptive, you understand? We channel not Jesus, but Sananda. So you really have to learn to discern. You have to have your belly and your heart, meaning you have to get your insides right to be able to smell, feel, sense, like our dogs do. They're much more intuitive and is truth, good person, bad person, than we are. We are bamboozled. Why? Because we're stuck up in our ivory head of theories, which is the land of mirrors, reflecting everywhere in a fun house. It's not so much fun, right? It's like used in every horror movie, that hall of mirrors house at the fun house, and you don't know who's where, what, and who's reflected. That's what happens when the mind tries to figure it out. Your heart and your belly will know. But so then there's a concerted effort to disconnect people from their hearts and their bellies and their sex, everything else. Every chakra is crashed. And you get the people that worship Einstein, Nobel Prizes, mentalism, theories, right? Theories are bound to betray you and disappoint you. That's their job. So you will wonder, why does God allow? These are my opinions. I'm not speaking for God. He's like, damn right you're not. And so these scenarios of savior stuff. Remember the movie Independence Day? All the happy New Age people downtown on the Capitol building in LA going, "Yeah, the mothership's here to save us." And just a laser beam, ultra beam weapon, scalar weapon, just blows up the whole building. They're all vaporized. That's what the half truths will do. They'll make you set up for harsh wake up calls. Okay. Mass arrests. There may be all of them being arrested at once and put into Guantanamo. Maybe not. That the exposure, all things are coming to light. Yes. But this instant wake up, learn to discern. Go with what's solid inside you. Keep it real. Instead of wishing and hoping and praying that Armageddon and Jesus is coming in the clouds and the mothership's coming and the global arrests are going to happen and we're all going to be given our true gold. We're all going to be free citizens and we're all going to take our power back and the good people are going to come and get rid of all the evil people for us. Maybe that only happens when enough of us are awake, because as within, so without. So what's the primary task? If you want to be happy for the rest of your life, make your ugly self your wife. Yeah, exactly. Heal your ugly self. Feel that? So half-truths are ripe field, the ripe area for hooking, creating cults. Famous people, really, I've met people in government, elected people that get off totally on this global reset. We're going to all get our new money, because the mind will do anything it can not to have to face yourself. We're addicted to an outside solution. Why else would we elect Obama or Trump or Clintons or Bushes? Please save us again. You elect a new one. Oh, they suck. Oh, here's a new one. They're promising all the stuff we want. Yeah, let's go. Let's try to go. They suck. You notice the half-lives of those things are getting shorter, right? So heal ourselves. Make ourselves whole. And then what do you care what's happening out here for the collective? Enjoy the show. If you're waiting for that to be happening before you're going to spiritually wake up, how's that different than, Christians waiting for the magic pill Jesus to come in the sky? It's the same thing. Once the global resets and the global financial adjustment, I'm not saying Benjamin Fulford and David Wilcock are lying. I'm saying they're bringing out some truths. But anytime you off-put your enlightenment and your personal awakening into the future, it will always remain there. So, one full conscious breath. By the way, we're finishing up treeoflifebreath.com is what it's going to be on. I just reserved it so no one can steal it. treeoflifebreath.com. Nothing there yet, but we're going to put up the one full conscious breath. It's going to be a moving video, what do you call it? Graphic, moving graphic. All right, much love. That's it for today. Tomorrow all I'm doing lately is the webcast and a few personal sessions here and there until I'm told not to do those either, because I really need to focus on just living it for me now. So much love. Tomorrow, webcasts. On Sundays, tobiaslars.com. I recommend you start with, if you're doing your path and you're happy and whatever devices are working for you, but if you're looking for something new or something more connected, it really connects to the body and the energies, innerbodyawakening.com. All right. These t-shirts are fun. I wear them up. This one works. I'll be in Costco or something, that American temple of consumerism. Walmart, I haven't had a really good response with yet. Okay, that's my next goal. And people go, oh, I like that. Or, what does that mean? I don't get it. It's kind of fun. All right. Much love. More to come. Eschatological, super savior complexes, collective savior complexes from the sky. Maybe not so important as the personal healing, your personal enjoyment. You're taking care of yourself personally. All right, much love. Allie, you think we're done? Are we done, Allie? Are we done? Are we done? Yeah. Okay. Now she's going to jump on me. Allie, I should not have done that. Let me just try to get this. Shut up, Allie. Wait. Allie, wait. Allie, wait. Stop. There we go.